have a wonderful day, which makes us take out our greenhouse. And from now on, the weather is gonna be beautiful. The nights are not gonna be too cold, so I think I'm gonna leave it outside from now on. Tonight we're gonna have 12 degrees, and I think by the time we get maybe a bit colder in the night, they will have adapted. So I think it's gonna be pretty hot. Let's see how hot it actually gets. We have 1.5 weeks later, and as you saw, most of the things are already out. Actually, all of the things except of the paprikas and the chilies. The heat mat was more useful for the babies than the paprikas because we had to use it there. Later on, I put it for the paprikas. If you can see very close up, you can see that they're coming out. So I think this heat is really gonna make them all nice and cozy to pop out. So this video is starting off by letting them out, adapt to the weather, and slowly in the same video we're gonna do maybe some replanting, splitting, and yeah, see how they're growing. But so far so good. We have a few days later. I'm not sure exactly, I can write it down below if I remember. And today, well, tonight is gonna be minuses. I really hope there's not gonna be any because everything is blooming, and minuses together with trees that bloom is not the best. So I hope it's lying, because sometimes it says it's gonna be in 0, -1, -3, -2, -1. Other apps say this, other apps say that. So we'll see. We do not want to risk it though. We're gonna bring it inside, and I don't think we have given you any update. Even though today was a 12-degree day with wind, it wasn't 35 degrees with a bit at the bottom open. So that's how they've been doing. Basil is thriving, it loves it. Paprikas and chilies, I'm not sure. They are not a fan of it, even though I've put them on the very top, but that is the hottest. I don't know, they're just really slow. Tomatoes though, they have been doing so good. They're not stretching a single bit. They're getting really beautiful. Cabbage was stretching, and I just saw, look at this beautiful cabbage.
Yeah, perfect.
Hasn't stretched at all and has already that leaf.
Should have brought them out as soon as they popped out.
Yes, they're like really good. So we don't want to risk it. So let's now, it's only 4 trays. Let's now get them quickly inside and bring them back out tomorrow. So we have a few weeks later since we were bringing the seedlings in and out. I think we did it in total 2 times, and once we left them in for 2 days because it was like quite cold. And since then they've been outside, and as you can see, they've been growing amazingly. Well, ideally they should be replanted already 2 weeks ago in bigger pots, or at least straight away out in the field. We wanted to do that 2 weeks ago, got carried away with work and all kinds of other things, and today is the day. They're actually 1 month old since we brought them outside, so it's exactly 1 month later. And yeah, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go straight away and plant them on the field. As you can see, I am wearing the least I can wear because it's really hot, and the days upcoming are gonna be really nice. And I think they're gonna do perfect since I'm also been leaving the greenhouse open for the night. And they don't need any hardening, meaning that they need to go slowly and adapt to the sun, because they have been exposed to the sun for a month now, and to the heat and to the coldest bitty temperatures, which is not really cold, just like 15 degrees in the night. So they are used to it, and they're ready to grow up and go in the field. Plus we have some other seedlings that we got, so we're also gonna be planting these ones. So let's get each of us a tray or 2 and go on the field. So we have brought everything on the field that we are definitely planting now today. And as you might be able to tell, those are our treat tomatoes. Those tomatoes we bought, they're not ours. But we decided, well, David decided we should buy some just in case to have something to snack now, since these ones have already flowers and they were really not expensive. They were 90 cents per plant, so that is pretty cheap. And since, as you saw, my paprikas are literally that big, we also bought some paprikas that were 70 cents. So we got, she only had 4, so we got 4, 2 yellow ones and 2 red ones. And then I think we're pretty late on watermelons and melons, so we did get 2 of each, no, again 3 of each, 3 watermelon seedlings and 3 melon ones, just to have something, because last year they did succeed but way too late and they did not really get to produce anything. So I just went with that option. It was as cheap as a seed pack, so instead of wasting a whole seed pack, we just bought some seedlings. And then over here we have a box of zucchinis and pumpkins and root celery that our neighbors gave us. They had some leftover, so they gave us these ones, which is really kind of them. And we got also kindly interrupted as we were bringing everything by the granddaughter of the neighbors, Elsa, and she asked if we want some cabbages. We planted the seeds roughly at the same time, just a few days apart, and that is the difference. So I am not the example to learn from our neighbors. Split your seedlings. You'll have a much better harvest at the end and they will look much better. As I said, we carried away with a lot of other jobs, and I am not an expert on planting. I'm not here to give you the best advices. I'm just sharing my homestead life with you guys, and I'm still learning. So split your seedlings in bigger pots. Take your time and do it, and then you will have, as you can see, a big difference. So let's stop talking, let's get on with planting, otherwise this video is gonna be huge. But let me know in the comments down below if you like longer videos or not, and make sure to subscribe to be a part of our little homestead family. And yeah, let's get started with cabbages, since that is the first thing on our planter list. And by the way, the name of these cabbages, they are called Megatrons, so they're like big, nice cabbages. I know from last year from the neighbors, they looked gorgeous, so I'm happy we're gonna have some cabbages this year. They look like nests with eggs inside.
True. Kind of cool.
What kind of cute. And the part that I like about it is that you can see where they are and you will not see them for like a weed.
I bet. I bet this is gonna give us so much tomatoes.
If we knew what tomatoes those are.
Bet.
Because some of them are yellow, some of them are red. Ooh, done. Beautiful.
Those big ones might be big tomatoes, I think.
Thank you, Bobby. So we have finished planting for today. As you can see, the sun is setting, which means it's close to 10 o'clock and the mosquitoes have arrived. So there's no proper hour that we can plant. In the morning there's mosquitoes and tiny flies, in the evening there's mosquito and tiny flies, in the day it's way too hot. So I am really happy, really proud of us that we pulled through it. I actually thought we were only gonna plant one side, the cabbages and the paprikas, but we did plant also the tomatoes. We did not get to plant our seedlings, but we're gonna do that tomorrow. And we're gonna also plant these ones because I don't know where I want them. It's kind of where everything is gonna end and those will go last. So we're gonna see you tomorrow. As you saw, we planted one row of salads and one row of tomatoes, then 4 rows of tomatoes, and we used up most of our seedlings. And yeah, some of the tomatoes are a bit sad because they may be lacking water, and I did not give them too much of the dirt, which was a mistake. The ones that I had a lot of dirt on the bottom are doing better than the ones that I didn't, so I'm gonna still leave those over here. But we are expecting rain, and rain will be really necessary right now, so we don't have to water because we have to set up the water system, because I would not like to water with cans the whole garden. That I wouldn't enjoy. So let's hope it rains, and then we're gonna continue tomorrow because the mosquitoes are in ridiculous amounts right now. Maybe because the rain is coming and all the birds are going crazy, so I'm assuming it's coming. So let's leave everything here and continue tomorrow. it is literally a hole. Like all around rain, side rain, behind us rain, but not on top. How is that possible? It's literally, we have a hole. We have finished planting everything. There is still a few things that need to be planted and some seedlings that I need to plant, but I want to first pre-grow them a bit in bigger pot. But for now, everything is done. All the seeds are in the ground. Besides cucumbers and pumpkins, I don't know if you noticed it, but we did not plant those because I want to pre-grow them and then get them out so I can do the spacing the way I wanted. Because last year we planted them straight away in the ground, worked perfectly, no problem at all, but they did not grow the way I wanted them to grow. So there was like big gaps with nothing, and then there was like a big gap with a lot of cucumbers. So it did work out good at the end because it did find their way. So we'll see. We're gonna try out something new. We're gonna pre-plant them inside, well, not inside, I'm gonna put them straight away in the small greenhouse now that it's empty. And thank you so much for everyone for supporting and watching the videos, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we're gonna see you in the next one. Let's go inside because mosquitoes, just ridiculous.